If you want to know the latest working farming methods in 1.8.0, you are in the right place. I've tested more than 25 of the major farming methods in the game to give you the best and working ones currently, so I can save you the guesswork and a lot of time to let you focus on the things that will give you progress in the fastest time possible. Like for example, the infinite spawning chest farm is dead right off the bat, at least on the PC side of things. I mentioned the PC side of things since I am receiving reports that these farming chests are alive and kicking on consoles. So I will be guiding you on where to find them just in case this is working on your end. There are multiple farming spots where you can find these chests, and I concentrated on the good ones. The Ashen Rift Crater or location in Crimson Desert is one of the main farming spots for the said chests. The nearest Abyss reset is the key reset point of this method. Head outside the burning crater and there's a deep hole near the location that you can jump into. This spot offers 3 major chests for you to farm that usually gives tier 1 abyss gears and more. But after several tests, I can confirm that all of them don't respawn when fast traveling back to the nearest abyss reset or trying to reset the method by accessing the nearest out of bounds area and exhausting the time itself. Another good spot for farming chests is the Crimson Wall chest method, and the Abyss Nexus on the screen right now is the main reset checkpoint. From the Abyss Nexus, head to the marker where it is heading, and this will lead you to a fissure or a chasm. Going down to the said chasm will lead you to the location of the chest. And opening the said chest and fast traveling back to the nearest Abyss Nexus will reset the chest before 1.8.0. But at least in the latest version of the game, I can confirm that this is no longer the case. Another respawning chest can be found in the Serpent Marsh, situated very near to an Abyss Nexus. Access the wooden log near the Nexus to open up the chest. But as soon as you fast travel back to the checkpoint, the chest will remain open. The Arborea Castle chest farm located north of Hernand gives the player an unlimited supply of chewy rice cakes, which is by the way a high level food, and you can also get a lot of quick sources of water in here and a lot of materials. The chest can be found very near the key checkpoint for this spot, but fast traveling back will no longer respawn the said chest and will be permanently open. Abyss Cell's major farming spots still remain dead across the map in the latest version of the game. The Witchwood region, located in the southwestern section of Hernand, offers a spot where you can farm abyss creatures that usually spawn in the past. The main trick here is to not to kill the big version of the said creatures and focus on the small ones instead. So when you do reset the area, the small ones will respawn so that you can farm abyss cells without limits. But in the latest version of the game, even if you let yourself be eaten alive by the big ones, the small ones doesn't come back at all. The Varnia Abyss Cell spot is on the screen right now, and other green creature farms across the map still remain dead in 1.8.0. But in my opinion, even if all of the Abyss Cell spots are dead, your gray main farm is more than enough to give you an unlimited supply of abyss cells. So the dying of the spots is not actually a big loss on the player side. The Brimstone spot in a dead fire mountain still offers an unlimited amount of brimstone crabs in 1.8.0. The Abyss reset located in the center of the spot will allow you to respawn the said crabs and allow you to farm an unlimited amount of brimstone for your platinum crafting needs. The Rubber Unlimited farm on the other hand is rather janky in 1.8.0. The location on the screen right now, or the Stone Crab Wetlands, is the starting point of the rubber farming, since there's a rubber tree situated near the location. The rubber tree in question oozes with white liquid, and you only need the magic site to farm the substance directly. Then you can fast travel back to the nearest Abyss Nexus and come back for more. But in the latest patch, some of my saves can't farm infinitely anymore, and some can. I'm not really sure if this is a bug on my end, but if you can't farm rubber infinitely, the Grey Main farm in my opinion is also more than enough solution for your rubber needs. There's no need to test Mercury spots on the other hand, since these are normal farming spots in the first place, but I still did it anyway for the sake of testing. Mercury ponds located in the Silver Wolf Mountain and near the Dead Fire Mountains are still the best choices in the game. While if you are interested in a much more detailed explanation of how to craft the unlimited platinum or farm rubber and brimstones, I made a detailed guide that you can find in the description or by clicking the card here. While Brimstone, Rubber, and Mercury multi-farm is still alive and kicking in the latest version of the game. This is a method where you can use your common animal hides to increase the trust of the trolls in Skola Stone, so they can give you either Brimstone, Rubber, or Mercury in exchange, even faded Abyss artifacts. The location in Hernan on the screen right now is a spot where you can farm easy animals, situated near an Abyss Nexus. Farm these animals, then gain huge amount of skins, and make sure to stand on the Nexus to reset the spot without long loading times. And if you are getting value so far, subscribe to the channel. Liking the video and engaging in the comments helps me more than you can imagine. Or consider supporting us on Patreon or by becoming a channel member today, and I appreciate your support. In the previous version of the game, the Sage Peak region located north of Fort Hellwood offers an unlimited amount of stone crabs that drops unlimited abyss cells, abyss gears, and even iron ores. The trick here was to concentrate on the small to medium stone crabs and letting the moss-covered stone crabs alone, so the other stone crabs will respawn. But in the last 2 to 3 patches, even if you killed only one stone crab in the area, the crab will never respawn. I retried the method in the latest version of the game and confirmed that the method is still dead and no longer working. The same thing applies to the unlimited bismuth farming spot in the Drake's Fall Castle, located just north of Hernan. No matter what method I use to reset the bismuth crabs in this area, like not completely killing every pack or even just killing one pack at a time, this spot is officially dead for not respawning the crabs at all, even in 1.8.0. At this point, who wouldn't know the classic gold bar stealing method in Demenes Wildlife Park? This spot or method is perfectly fine even in the latest version of the game. A method that will allow you to steal gold bars from nobles inside the park. I'm still using the farming route on the screen right now, and I tested the method live on stream. And in just one instance, I managed to score 2 gold bars in the process, so the method is very much alive and kicking. The flower money farm method is untouched and will never suffer any kind of nerfs in my opinion, because these are legit features that a player can take advantage of. By just gathering every Palmer leaf spots across the map, which is 10 in total, you will still be getting 8,000 silver every 7 days. The key flower spots are the Serpent Marsh Buddha, Southern Elder Tree, and the best one currently, the Red Tree Forest. And when someone tells you that this flower farm is the best money farming method in the game, they are simply mistaken. The golden apple farming is still by far a better option, allowing you to craft gold bars in minutes. For those who doesn't know, the golden apple hedgehog will allow players to farm golden apples, and then use these golden apples to craft gold bars like candies. 2 spots remain unbeatable even in 1.8.0. The first one is the Eastern Hill spot located in Delicia. The area below the water tank in a bent position is where the golden apple hedgehog spawn. I was streaming while I recorded this, and you can see right off the bat that the golden apple hedgehog spawns. And in just 5 to 6 minutes, I have scored 4 golden apples, which is a lot. The Tarib spot for golden apples is still working perfectly even after the patch. This spot can be found in the Gardens of Tarib, where I am hovering in this recording. What I usually do here is form a circular motion in the garden when hunting the golden apple hedgehog. Then simply reset the area by just circling around it. But there is no doubt that the time skip gold bar dispatch combined with the banking investment saves coming is by far the best method when it comes to money farming. So yes, the time skip methods are pretty much alive and untouched and likely will never change, since the skip is part of the quest. Later in the game, you can unlock the Bordic Ruins dispatch to get gold bars, while I'll also suggest having at least 40k silver invested in the bank. If you use any of the time skip methods currently, you can earn as much as 20k silver from the banking investment alone, while not counting the gold bars that you can earn from dispatch. I will also be covering this method extensively soon, so stay tuned for that. This guide will never be complete without the Abyss Artifacts farming methods. And of course, the famous Ice Walker farms that gave you tons of XP in the past remains dead as of the moment, so don't waste your time checking them out. There are 4 spots of Ice Walkers across the map, but it is clear as day that these enemies doesn't respawn in the current version of the game. The Serpent Shrine Gunner's manual XP farm is working perfectly even in 1.8.0. This spot will never be adjusted since it is tied to a quest, so farm to your heart's content. This spot can give players a whopping 24 Abyss Artifacts per hour with an optimized XP farming build. Find this amazing spot located in the southwestern section of Delicia near the Dew Haven region. The Dewhaven Keep farming spot is one of the best XP farming spots in the game and is perfectly working in the latest version. Basically, this spot will allow the player to take a specific farming route as shown on the screen right now and farm night enemies. But the banger here is that if you follow the specific route that I suggested on the screen, the elite team of Delicia is waiting for you at the entrance of the castle by the time you complete the said route. The Delician elite team's captain is worth at least 1 Ice Walker per kill, and you can almost score 2 captains per kill. Just like in the Dewhaven Keep, the endgame city of Tomaso farming spot works almost the same, and pretty much alive and working in the latest patch. The Abyss Nexus on the screen right now is your starting point for this spot, and the fighting ring below you is where the farming starts. Wear your bandit mask and attack any soldiers in the ring, and position yourself in the middle of the ring to funnel all of the high level soldiers in the area. Your Frost Mantle attacks can one-shot these guys, and once they are all dead, there's also another fighting ring on the side of the town. Follow the farming route shown in here, and basically you can just go back and forth between the fighting rings to respawn all of the high level soldiers. But the banger here is that the region of Tashkalp also has an elite team that will hunt you during your farming runs when cycling between the fighting rings. The captain of the Tashkalp elite team is also worth a whopping Ice Walker level of XP, which is on top of your high XP level gains from the soldiers in the area. Truly one of the best spots in the entire game that you can take advantage of in the latest version. But what about a mid-game XP farming spots, you say? The Flame Knight's Castle serves as a reliable XP reblockaded spot in mid-game. There were no changes made after several tests, and it continues to provide 23 to 24 Abyss artifacts per hour when using an optimized cliff. I tested other reblockaded spots other than this one, such as the Fort Hellwood and more, and they are all working as intended in the latest version of the game. Take note as well that in the latest version of the game, small camps or bandit camps tends to be reblockaded as well. It is possible to find new XP spots, so keep on the lookout. But when it comes to the best artifacts gains in the entire game, nothing really comes close to the Time-Worn Ruins dispatch plus the time skip method, even in the latest patch. I've tested this method a lot and there were no changes made in this method, especially in the time skip part of the process. In fact, this method got even better because when the patch before 1.8.0 hit, the dispatch mission in Time-Worn Ruins got repeatable. What I usually do here is send my dispatch on Time-Worn Ruins and head to any time skip quest location, which is in this case is the Circus Indemnis. Then skip the time to 9 PM. Then there's a bed in the tents that you can sleep for 12 hours to skip the time to 9 AM again. And by the time you skip the time to 9 AM, you can use the circus time skip again and the cycle continues. You'll be getting a lot of Abyss artifacts in this way, and as previously mentioned, you can farm gold bars simultaneously with this method if you send a dispatch to Bordig Ruins. I will be covering this method extensively very soon, so stay tuned for that. And of course, my testing covers the best Skola Stone spots when it comes to Abyss artifacts stealing methods. You all know where Skola Stone is by now, and the traditional farming route that I covered in the past works normally. The route is being shown on the top right corner of the screen, and in fact, I scored 2 Abyss artifacts during my live stream in a single good run. So it is safe to confirm that all stealing methods still works, but keep in mind that there is an RNG involved in this farm, so your results may vary. And if you prefer this approach, steal away and get those sweet Abyss artifacts. And before we head to the final major farm, here's an overview of the current dead and working spots in 1.8.0. Chest farms are dead at least on PC. High-grade material farms for Brimstones in Mercury are working with a janky rubber farming spot. All money farming methods are working without issues, along with the best manual XP Abyss artifacts farming spots. Stealing is still a viable approach, and time skip method still remains the best methods across the board. When it comes to Abyss gear farming, I am happy to say that the best spots are still holding up even in 1.8.0. The major spots are still the ones located in the outer section of the Spire of Frost. The 3 usual spots are the Frosthold entrance, Frosthold Pass, and the best of them all, the Ice Watch Altar. Farming in one of these locations will allow the player to disarm the maces and shields of the Skull Knight followers. A lot of players keep commenting that the method is already patched because they can't disarm the key enemies. But in fact, they are doing it wrong. For you to disarm targets, you need a small shield. and the enemy needs to hit you first, before pressing the left bumper and the right trigger simultaneously. Piling up the said shields and maces will allow you to extract Tier 1 Malice Banes and Fortitudes, then save scamming the results of your synthesis all the way to Tier 3 Abyss Gears. One thing to note here is that when trying to farm the Skull Knight followers, you can be at peace with killing the Rangers and the Frostbeater users, since they don't really respawn in the latest version of the game. In the past, they kept on respawning on my end, so if you are having the same issues in the past, I am happy to confirm that it is finally fixed. If you want to master this method and have early Tier 3 Abyss Gears in the fastest way possible, this video will guide you on everything you need to know. So click on it and I will catch you on the next one.